Guess we're here now.
Well, let me put this in the car. Another. Have we got y'all all sorted out yet, or is he still trying to sort y'all out over there?
No.
All right, we'll go with what we got now. All right, as you see, I've got the three most common types of optical telescopes and one other type of telescope. Well, probably one of the most common telescopes and most recognizable is the refractor telescope. This is an example of a refractor, very simple example of a refractor telescope. What makes a refractor is the lens in front. That lens's whole purpose is to bend focus light to a point at the eyepiece, where the eyepiece then picks it up and delivers it to your eye. Refractors, like I said, they're extremely simple. It's nothing more than a lens grafted onto the end of a tube with an eyepiece to bring the image to your eye. Like I said, their advantages, they're simple. They're easy to make, up till about 6 inches. At the 6-inch mark, this lens starts getting so heavy that it's hard to manufacture with any accuracy. So the price starts skyrocketing. Like, you know, telescope this size, you might be able to get it for 56 bucks, 50 or 60 bucks, but then you move up to 6-inch and you're in the thousands to tens of thousands of dollars. So to counteract the difficulty of making those lenses, Sir Isaac Newton invented the reflector telescope. This is an example of a reflector telescope, as is that little black telescope there, and that the telescope Dr. Ferris has got. It's a very simple design in that it's a tube with a mirror at the end of it to reflect and focus the light to the mirror at the front of it, which then reflects it onto the eyepiece to be picked up and sent to your eye. The advantage of this, mirrors are cheap and easy to make. They can be made inexpensively in huge sizes. Now they start to get heavy, but that's not that big of a deal. The problem comes in when you start getting to magnification. I want to see small things, I want magnification. Well, magnification is nothing more than the focal length of the telescope divided by the focal length of the eyepiece. For example, this telescope is a 700 millimeter focal length telescope, tells me right here. What that means is the light beam from the back of the lens to where the eyepiece picks it up at 700 millimeters. So if I stick a 10 millimeter eyepiece in there, that scope will give me 70x. That's a 300 millimeter focal length telescope. 10 millimeter eyepiece gives me 30x. This telescope is where the improvement from the Newtonian telescope comes in. This little telescope has a focal length of 1500 millimeters, over double that, and a much smaller package. It achieves that.
Do you two like popcorn?
I think she might.
You want some popcorn?
Yes, please. It achieves that
Thank you.
by having a mirror in the back, which focuses the lens and bounces off the mirror in front, and then back out the back. And that gives you a really long focal length in a small package. Now this particular type is called a catadioptric, but this particular version of the catadioptric is hybrid, and it's got a lens in front which corrects the light a little bit. Now being made with mirrors, you can make one of those large relatively inexpensively. The small size makes it easy to carry, easy to deal with, and it can be made lightweight. So it's an improvement upon that one. Basically, any telescope you set up will have the same basic parts and features. Almost any telescope you'll have will have a star finder of some sort. And the purpose of this is when you're looking through the back of the telescope with an eyepiece in it, you can imagine most time you're looking through a straw. Imagine trying to find anything by looking through a straw. It'd be extremely difficult. So what you do is you align your star finder up on something with the telescopes. That way you see the same thing here that you see here. This has no magnification. It shows you a big wide swath of the sky. You find the target you want to, get it close, then it's just small movements to get it centered in the eyepiece. Almost every telescope, except for the Newtonians, not as critical with them, they'll have some type of lens shield in the front. Helps cut down stray light, helps cut down dew. The dew shield, for example, for this telescope is right here. It just slips on the end and helps keep the dew off. It forms, anytime you got condensation in the air. The telescope, all the telescopes you'll see here tonight have the same kind of mount. It's called an altitude azimuth mount, or alt-az, which means to track, you must move in altitude and azimuth to keep the object in your field of view. It's a sort of a stair-step motion. Not the best way to do it, it's the simplest way to do it. Probably one of the most intuitive ways to do it. But you're constantly jerkily moving, chasing your target, having to move two different directions. It's just not the best way to do it. Unfortunately, we don't have one, but there's another type mount called the equatorial mount, which actually lines up with the north celestial pole, or the south celestial pole, and actually counter-rotates against Earth's movement to give you a nice, one solid, smooth tracking motion. No up, down, left, right for it. It's just a nice, smooth, gradual tracking motion. Another difference between the two, in alt-az, the object tends to, like in the winter, if Orion's rising over there, he'll be standing upright. By the time he gets over here, he's on his head. The equatorial mount does away with that because it rotates the telescope with the motion of the Earth. Let's see, what else is there? That pretty much covers the basics of optical telescopes. I mean, there's so much more we could cover. But we've also got this is a crude, rudimentary version of a radio telescope. It's simply a satellite dish that, I wonder if I can get it this time. This particular dish, it's got a buzzer in it. This particular picks up heat. So you want to point at the sky, no heat. When it's yaw, heat. It also can pick up reflected heat if I can get it to do it. Let's see if I can get it. Here's the sun's over there. Come on, where's the moon? Oh, well. Okay. Try this again.
You're probably going too high.
It's always so much fun when you do this in front of a crowd.
You got it once.
Yeah?
I think.
Well,
Can you get any satellites?
let's see if we... No, I can't find the
How about that
satellites either.
plane that's coming?
You know what? Alright, quit detecting the sun. We know the sun's over there. Get some more. Well, anyway, it picks up radiation coming from like the moon, or it would if I was aiming at the sun and any object that's radiating, creating or reflecting radiation.
Could the helicopter do that?
Potentially could. Any radio telescope has the same basic things. It's got an antenna, which that's what is in here. In this case, it's got a dish to pick up more of the signal and reflect it onto the antenna. And it's got some form of receiver. This little satellite finder acts as my receiver and gives me a beep when it finds radiation. Very basic, crude amateur radio telescope. If you go out west to anywhere NASA or SETI has radio telescopes, you're going to see something similar to that, just huge. several
Too bad
meters
he's not pointing at that.
telescopes.
It's too bad you're not pointing at that.
Yeah. But that's a, like I said, a crude version of a radio telescope. And I wished I could, if I was sitting, I probably could do better. Anyway, let's see. Any questions?
Can that satellite right there be like, if you got one in your house, you could use that?
Yeah, if your parents would let you.
Yeah, he picked that up at a yard sale.
It's made, that actually is a satellite dish. Well, you know, like I said, dish TV.
I'm asking, you might have gone over this, but who designed that telescope? The Galileo.
That's a good question, and I don't remember who designed the first refractor. I should, but I don't remember right now. But since you mentioned it, interesting about Galileo used a telescope around the 30 millimeter diameter, which, you know, this is a 60. Yeah, about half this size to see the rings of Saturn.
So
I
we
thought they were
copied
years.
the design. So we copied the design and made it more advanced.
No, actually, he didn't. He just pretty much, his telescope was pretty pitiful. It was amazing. It was amazing he'd seen anything at all. His lenses were wrong. They were poor quality.
And
But-
everything was upside down.
Yeah. Sir Isaac Newton's the one that really advanced telescope stuff. And he did it just because he wanted to. You know, he wasn't an astronomer as a profession or anything.
I have one like that, except like that.
You like it? What have you seen with it?
I've seen some stars.
Any other questions? Who all here has telescopes? I know you do.
Well, my dad has one.
What type of telescope do y'all have?
I don't know.
What does it look like? Like that one? Okay.
Yeah,
You can go ahead and ask questions.
Okay, we're going to do some review because we got some little giveaways. They're photos that I've taken that they describe what the object is on the back of them.
Wow.
We'll give 7 of them away. So 7 questions.
Rosette Nebula?
Were,
Very nice. You
any
did it
of-
yourself?
Yeah, he
were
did.
any of those pictures taken with
Wow.
any of those telescopes?
These are his pictures.
Taken with telescopes similar. All my other telescopes I
Andromeda?
keep at home.
Right.
Those are mobile ones.
Horse head.
Yeah.
And Flame Nebula.
What's this and what's it for? First person to.
Saturn.
The Cassini division. Hey, let me look at that for
What's
a
it for?
minute. Wow.
I can go over and pick you out one.
That is really excellent.
We had them all printed out, and then on the back,
How do
we,
you determine
And
the
the description?
magnification?
Oh, that's
of the
nice. That's
telescope?
very nice.
Okay.
you can pick any one you want.
Actually, that's part of it.
Is it the lens size?
You use these telescopes or another one?
Yep.
He uses his Celestron, he got an 8-inch,
What
and
type of
then
mount are all
he
these
uses
telescopes
his,
on?
CCD camera?
yeah,
That's part of it.
Yeah,
That's
it's something
he does
else.
all this.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like
And on the back, it gives you the information on it.
Is it, I don't know. Is it an
Is he president of the BSAS?
He is, no,
always
of
gets people.
Cumberland
I'll
Astronaut.
give you an
Okay.
up and over, but there's no different names.
No one. I was the astronomy club president back in college days. So
Oh, really?
I have a telescope, not a good one, but good enough.
An offset?
But I have a bunch of
No.
kids, so I don't have
Okay, let's
time to
move
do
on to a
anything.
different
So I'm glad you're all around.
Oh,
And he's been doing it for about 2.5 years.
well, you know, that's close enough. It's actually altitude. and altitude.
He's always
That'll
into
work.
something.
We'll take it. We'll get you one.
Card, one of those. 2 minutes.
It's,
Okay.
okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Now I've said it a bunch
Pick
of
any
times.
one of
so many
these
people
you want.
Good
You want that one?
stop,
Okay.
stop this one. All right. So we can get you one. What's the advantages of this stop?
Pick any one of these you want.
What's the key?
It's
They
cheaper to
got the
make.
information on the back.
Why is it cheaper?
That one's
Now, you got
Jupiter,
it, but I
that's
want
got the horse head and the flame
Hey, hold on,
nebula.
hold on.
That's Trifid
Why?
and
Go ahead and get you one.
Lagoon,
is it cheaper?
and then Swan Nebula.
Mirrors are
You can have that one if that's what you want. Okay. That's the horse head and the flame. That's the Swan and Jupiter. And on the back, it's got the information about it. One more.
Okay.
You're handing out cards with information on the back? Okay.
Cool.
Did you ask about the thing on top?
Yeah.
Did you ask about the lenses?
Yep. What's this for?
It's all about message recording.
Do protective.
Is the video recording? Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're taping the teaching.
Yes. We tape everything.
Cool.
So that way
And
we
we-
can see where we made mistakes and we can see.
Review your message, yeah.
And y'all ever catch, like, my favorite thing was, she's got it on video. We went to,
you
we
go.
sit at Bledsoe Creek
Thanks.
State Park, and
This one.
little kid come over. He's probably that tall, and he gets up there and he looks at the telescope, and I just always go, wow.
Yes. The first view, especially Saturn, you can capture those moments.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And most of our videos are posted on those sites.
Oh, cool. If I had my glasses, I could read it, but I'll look at it later. Go to the sites. Hey, excellent pictures, by the way. Those are very nice.
You want one?
I do want the rosette. That's a very nice one.
Where's that one?
That's Saturn.
Saturn. You'll see that later.
Yep.
Probably see the Cassini division.
He does video astronomy. He hasn't done it this time, but usually he sets up his TV screen and does all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And you can see it in true life and in color and everything.
I've seen Lonnie's display. That's really exciting.
Well, thanks for stopping by, guys.
Thank you.
Hope I helped.